What's going on, guys? It's me, Jetliner Fan HT here, and today we have another model plane review for you guys. Today I'll be reviewing the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Spirit Airlines Airbus A321Neo. Been a long time since I last done these model reviews, well, record one of these. Of course, I think the last model review I posted on my channel was the Delta L1011 TriStar review from Engine Models. So yeah, good to be back on the grind of these model reviews, and yeah, we're gonna start this off with this aircraft right here from GeminiJets. So, as always, with my model reviews, I always start off with a box. So, as I put them all out of the way, we're gonna review the box. So, here is your box for the Spirit A321Neo. You got the GeminiJets logo right there with the 25th anniversary logo right there. So, GeminiJets 25th anniversary, 1998 to 2023. They printed these on many of their boxes during that 2023-2024 time frame. Made for collectors by collectors. You got the CJ image of the plane, you got the A321Neo logo right there, or just the title. You got the Spirit logo and the 1/400 scale diecast model aircraft text right there. On this under this yellow line right there, yellow band of line right there, and then there's also yellow on the other side. You got the bottom of the box, the right side of the box, top of the box, and the left side of the box, and here is the back side of the box right there. You got the aircraft taken off on some beautiful clear skies, I gotta say. GeminiJets logo right there. You got their social media pages right here, as real as it gets, and here are the bullet points. And this is the 2024 release, this is the 2024 GeminiJets copyright label right there. And I'm assuming this was released somewhere in that late 2023. I think late 2023 or somewhere around mid 2024 or early 2024. So that's what I'm thinking on when this model was released, because I got this somewhere in June. So I'll tell you all about the details on where I got this model, but for now we're gonna do the model review itself. So here is the model right here, looking very nice from GeminiJets. Let me see if I can try to set this a little closer. Okay, I think this is the best I can do with the close-up view. So yeah, here is the GeminiJets Spirit A321Neo, looking very nice right here in their 1/400 scale. And yeah, let's get started with the review of the model. So let's get started, shall we? You got the cockpit windows right there, and of course you got the raccoon mask right there, kind of like the characteristic on most recent Spirit planes. And then you also got the nose shape of the plane, which honestly, I mean, it's what it is with GeminiJets. Their nose shape representation of an Airbus A320 family aircraft it's not the best from what I'm seeing. It's not really the best. I mean, it's kind of a little pointed, but that's how GeminiJets rolls. I can't really complain too much, but yeah, it is what it is. You got your nose landing gear right there, and your nose landing gear door containing part of the plane ship number. You got your L1 boarding door and your top antenna. And then this is where the big front seats on Spirit planes would be, so it'll run from here to somewhere over here. Moving on to the middle section of the aircraft, we got the Spirit titles, which are filled in, so there's no scratches or anything, but this is reasonable because these are newly delivered Spirit planes. You also got the Spirit.com engines, or the Spirit.com text on the, I'm guessing these are Pratt & Whitney engines. Yeah, these are Pratt & Whitney engines, so the PW1500Gs or the 1200Gs. If I were to take a guess, I will have to look at the pamphlet. And then you can see the sharklet right there, the yellow sharklet. So on the outer side of the sharklet, there's just a yellow. There's nothing printed in there. It's just a yellow sharklet. But on the inside, as I take a look at the starboard side, you can see the word howdy in it. And then in the middle section, you also got your emergency exit doors right there. And there's also your main landing gear. Moving on to the wing details. So here are your wing details of the aircraft. As you can see, really good details on the wings. You got your ailerons, spoilers, your fairings right there, and your slats and flaps, and of course your printed details right there. So looking very nice right there for GeminiJets. Moving on to this side of the plane, not really close to the back side, but you got your L3 door right there, your back antennas as well, and then these are all your economy seats, and then there is your L3 door, which is situated closest to the empennage area of the plane. You got the aircraft registration, which is November 702, November Kilo, and then there's your US flag right there, and then there is the ship number of the plane. And as we go into the empennage portion of the plane, you got your APU area, and then there's your horizontal stabilizers. They also have some really good printed details as well. and the Spirit Airlines tail, which I think GeminiJets did a great job on the printing of the Spirit Airlines logo, and then you can also see some rudder details as well. Moving on to the middle section of the well, not really middle, the front profile view of the plane, as I set my tripod down so I can have a much more better closer look at it. Not sure how this is gonna look like from this angle, but yeah, we're just gonna make the most out of it. So here's the front view of the plane right there. As you can see, there's a bit of ground clearance on the engines right there. Although I am seeing from this point of view, I'm seeing that one engine tends to sit a little lower compared to like the port engine of the plane. I think that has to be the starboard engine. So yeah, I can see that the starboard engine kind of sits a little bit low to the ground, but I mean, it's what it is. I cannot complain too much about that. I mean, not every 1/400 model is perfect. But yeah, I still like the front profile view. As you can see, the cockpit windows are also put in nicely too. And as I move on to the starboard section of the plane, you got your R door, so R1, R2, and R3. You got your forward cargo bin, which is somewhere right there, and your aft cargo bin here, and your bulk compartment. Now, as I adjust my tripod, I'm going to give you guys a top profile view of the plane. So, there we go. And let me just zoom out like so. Alright, so let's give you guys a top profile view. So here it is. So as you can see, there's some good details right there. Good printed details, and of course, nothing too much on the top portion of the plane. As you can see on the bottom has some really good details. The air intakes are printed in. There's your rat air turbine, which is somewhere over there. Well, it's right there basically. But the bottom printed details are also nice too. There's your 3D stand hole right there, and your GeminiJets logo, which is located right there. I'll give you guys another profile view of the front. So here is what it looks like when I'm holding it. And then as I go back to go to the back view, here is the back view of the plane. So really nice model right here. And overall, it's really nice to have a Spirit A321Neo. I originally was gonna be getting the NG version of this, but I'll tell you guys like in just a couple of seconds after I position this camera. But overall, it's really nice. It's a nice model for my Spirit Airlines collection, and yeah, really nice to have this for my 1/400 collection. Alright, so let's talk about how I got this model. So, I got this model from Airlines International 2024 in Kansas City, and I got this on day 3 of the Airliners convention. Now, big shout out goes to Todd Michaels, or Todd Models on Instagram, who is the guy who runs the social media pages for GeminiJets. He's like the customer. I think he's supposed to be the customer service role for GeminiJets. So he gave this for me for just $20. Yes, $20. Now, the reason why he gave me this model for that price is because he was actually packing up, because I think he was after day 3 of Airliners. He actually flew to St. Louis, Missouri. I think he flew to St. Louis, Missouri, from what I can recall from him. But yeah, he flew there because I think he had some family to visit. So he packed all of his stuff, and he wanted to sell some models for a really good price. So that'll be like $30, $25. But I got this model for $20. But that's the reason, because I think it was the port horizontal stabilizer that came off. So he gave me a discounted price for that, and overall, getting this model for $20, that's a absolute steal for a 1/400 A321Neo. Usually, I think that would be like on retail, like on the GeminiJets official website, that would be like $48, and retailers at like $35. But getting this for $20, that's really incredible. So thank you so much, Todd Michaels, for this model right there. Getting that model for a cheap price is absolutely incredible, and overall, it's a really nice model for my Spirit Airlines collection. So really glad to have this for $20, and it's it's pretty much a nice asset for my Spirit Airlines collection. So really glad to have this, and yeah, really nice model right there. So that's it for pretty much the entire model review, but I'll go over the aircraft's history in the next clip. So with that being said, let's move on to the aircraft's history. Alright, let's go over the background information about this Spirit A321Neo, registered November 702 November Kilo. So as I have some screenshots for both planespotters.net and Airfleets, we'll start off with some planespotters.net information. So the manufacturer serial number is 11 or 11328. The aircraft type, of course, is an A321Neo. The age of this aircraft, as of this screenshot, is 2.2 years, or that's also like the current age of the plane right now. The test registration of this aircraft is Delta Alpha Victor Zulu Uniform, and of course the production site is at the Airbus plant in Hamburg, Germany. And the airframe status says that it is active with the airline, and it has been, well, the latest update, it was last updated on May 7th of 2024. I do also want to take a look at some information on air fleets as well, as I do want to go over some other details. So the aircraft's first flight date was on April 17th of 2023. This aircraft is operated with two Pratt & Whitney PW1100G engines, so those are the geared turbofans, and this was delivered to Spirit on June 7th of 2023, marking Spirit's first Airbus A321Neo. So this particular plane is Spirit's first Airbus A321Neo. And yeah, that's it for the information. I know there isn't that much information since this aircraft is new to the fleet, and this aircraft was ferried from Hamburg to Keflavik and then to DTW, so Detroit DTW. And yeah, and it entered with Spirit Airlines on June 7, 2023. This aircraft was delivered on May 19th of 2023. So yeah, that's it for this information about this aircraft, and that's it for this model review. So yeah, quite of a short model review right here. Of course, this is a currently active Spirit A321Neo. I might do some more retro reviews in the future because I also like to cover those, but I do like some modern aviation too. So yeah, that's it for this video, and yeah, expect more to come. I do want to try to pre-record as many of these as I can, so I can, like, let's see, oops. So yeah, I do want to record these as much as I can, so I can like make sure to schedule these things on time for each month I do. So yeah, that's it for this model review. So yeah, a really nice model, and I'm really glad to have it for my collection. So that's it for today's video. Well, I don't want to get started on that. I was gonna say, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell icon so you won't miss a new upload from me anytime soon. And don't forget to check out all my model plane content by clicking on that playlist, and you can see all my model plane unboxings, reviews, and any other model plane videos I do on that playlist. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Good night.